Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Sunday to you guys. Of course, today we are going to be doing our weekly market analysis. And so today you're going to be seeing a variety of different things, right? Today we're going to see the continuing stagnation of some products. We will also see other products that continue to rise, believe it or not, with recent talks of a correction coming. And that's another thing you'll be seeing. You'll be seeing some price drops. It seems like some products, also because of reprints and on top of that, including fear, are correcting at the moment. So we'll be getting to that in a little bit. But before that, like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I'm grateful for all you guys, and every little bit helps. Thank you so much. But yeah, guys, let's get to it. So we'll be starting off with Mega Evolutions, the enhanced box. It's now down to just above $300. There's been a lot of movement on this box since its release. Of course, it's been said that this box is going to be released in 2 waves. We will be getting another wave, I would assume, within the next month or so. But this box has been moving, right? Not only do we know more is coming to the market, but there's also been a good amount of fear being put out there because of stocks and cryptocurrencies, which is fine. People like to play the fear card a lot. They just want to make some clickbait titles and videos, and just they love it. They feed on the fear, right? But at the moment, we're at 304. It seems like for the last few days, it has sat around that price, and it has dropped down from its high of $342 from a few weeks ago, which is fine. Mega Evolutions is a really, really new set, of course, and it's doing well. People like the set. At least that's the sentiment. I think people are coming down, though. They're getting a little more used to the box itself. So we'll see. We'll have to see what the market continues to do in the next coming weeks, and if more product happens to hit the market, right? Now we're looking at the non-enhanced box, sitting at just about $300 as well, which actually doesn't make any sense if we consider the promo, the value of that Bulbasaur promo. This box should be whatever that value is deducted, should be here, right? Like if this is $301, and I think that promo might be like $40, this should be a $260 box. I'm just saying, if we're thinking about it as like logically, right? That this box is 304 and this box is 301. That promo isn't worth $3, right? So just doesn't make any sense. But that's where this box is sitting at right now. Once again, people like Mega Evolution, and of course it all depends on the listings, right? And if people are buying, which people are still buying. So until that changes, we'll still be seeing this price at that point. And another thing that we're going to notice is that we have buying power right now. The buyers have power. It's definitely one thing that I didn't want to point out. Right now, at this moment, buyers have power. Sellers are finally at the whim of the buyer. Sales are slowing down. Prices are dropping, and it's really up to the buyer to determine the market price right now. The sellers are getting less and less confident as the days go, with the talk of fear, nonstop talk of fear. I think that's where the sentiment seems to be right now, and how things are feeling. But we'll have to see, right? Well, I think we'll see a little bit here. We're looking at eBay now. Boxes selling at $291. That's the, what is that? Is that the enhanced? That's the enhanced box plus $30 delivery, though. Well over market. Not enhanced here at $320 again with $35 delivery. Well over market again. Sometimes I don't understand how people make these buys. Like, where are they looking? How are you determining what is the right price for you if market is selling it at 300 and it's $50 below what you have here? I don't understand that. 261 here on bids with $52 delivery. I mean, it's nice that I went this low on bids, but it's still well above market when you include the delivery, right? And you're still paying tax. So but yeah, $300 with an accepted offer plus $8 delivery. It probably would be somewhere around market anyways. 305 for the enhanced. Same thing at market. Best accepted offer for the another enhanced box here with free delivery. So this is probably the only one that you see as a W here on eBay, which I always talk about being smart. Like look at all different kinds of avenues and just make the better purchase. But it seems like people think that going the opposite direction is the better thing to do, right? $374 here plus $35 shipping. That's insane. Paying $400 for this box, over $400 actually. It's kind of crazy to me, honestly. I don't get it. I don't understand what is happening. So you're gonna see that across the board though for these past few days. Buys are just all over the place. You'll see some nice W's, but then you'll see some huge L's. Like people are overpaying for some products with insane amounts. I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. The market is just all over the place at the moment. Black Bull White Flare Elite Trainer Box is at $85. It's been consistent for a good while now, right? Since like inception, it dropped down to that price, and it's been really just around there. $85 for Black Bull White Flare. I guess for right now, it's okay. The market doesn't exactly love the box. There are, which is weird, right? Because it does have some pretty valuable cards. So I don't understand why it's still staying at $85. I think long term it may do well, especially if these singles hold up. With the Victini being really expensive in both sets, both the monochromatic cards in Black Bull and White Flare, I don't really understand. It's some really expensive cards in there. So $82 for a White Flare. It's been right around there, somewhere from 75 to 82. This is probably a high for what we've seen in recent times. Just a few dollars above the regular though. All right, this White Flare, once again, another box that isn't exactly desired too much by the hobby right now, and I don't know why. So, like I said, really valuable cards, and they're still really nice cards as well. So next, Destined Rivals, which has been like the center point of everything that's been happening right now. People say, they bring up Destined Rivals because they talk about fear, and they right away point at Destined Rivals, being that it's been dropping in price. It's now $375, well below that $400 price point that we thought it was going to stay at. I mean, with this correction talk that's been happening lately, I mean, we saw this happening. It's dropping. Reprints have been coming out, right? And sellers are undercutting each other, right? This is where I say buyers have power right now. If people don't buy, they will drop even further. People who are receiving allocation want to keep the ball rolling. They're going to want to keep trending money. They just want to keep making sales, right? So if you don't pay at 400, they will undercut the other listers. So you'll see that here, right? You have a $370 listing here, and you have a few going around that $370 price. And I don't know. I think sentiment is going to stick on this side right now, where buyers are going to look for even cheaper prices as we move forward. I mean, you look at it here, two at 327, 373, 327 again, $368, 377. It's been pulling down this price, right? At 360, 372. So the price has been dropping. Just yesterday, somebody bought 47 boxes at $370. I mean, if this person was patient, whoever this was, if they happen to be a little patient, whoever that was selling 47 boxes probably would have undercut everyone else at a much lower price, because it's clearly somebody who has allocations and they need to move these boxes, or they wouldn't be listing it right now, right? These aren't long-term investors listing these boxes. So that's clear that that would have happened, and it's going to keep happening if buyers are a little patient. But of course, as of that one day that had all those sales, every other day sales have started to diminish a little bit, and so we'll see what that triggers. Usually it triggers undercutting, which is why prices are dropping, right? So it's not just reprints alone, because it could have reprinted and people could have just insanely kept buying. We don't know what the market's going to do at times. It depends on how everyone feels, but it's very possible that the market could have kept buying, but they did not, and it's triggering this effect here, right? It's not just the reprint alone. Looking at eBay, once again, you're going to see some big W's and some really big L's, right? So 385, plus $11 shipping, so above market, current market right now. That's not horrible in comparison to market, because market's actively moving like every second. So this was a little bit over though, but should have been cheaper. I really believe that when you're going for an auction, you should be aiming for under market, unless it's a very, very minty box that you're going to be able to move quickly long term. I mean, that's the only thing that would motivate me to go at market. Like right here, 405 today as well. We've been under $400 for the past few days, so I don't see why anyone would go up this high plus delivery. Yeah, that's not where I'd be. $355, I would definitely take this, no problem. It's below market, right? We know market is moving downward right now at the moment. We don't know how far, of course, but it's moving. $442 plus $46 delivery. It's basically a $500 box. That's insane. Like, why would you buy that? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Some big W's, but some really big L's. And you're going to see that across the board. This week has been insane. $370 with $13 shipping, right at market. $315, big W right here is what I was talking about. $350, $370, sitting right around that point, right? Right now, this is where it seems like most of the listings should be, because of how market's moving with the reprints and how people are kind of slowing down in buys right now. So just stay focused, right? Make the better buys whenever you can. $403, best accepted offer. I tried to find these listings on 130 point, and it seems like for the last few weeks, 130 point hasn't been really functioning properly. So I tried to look them up again today, and it wasn't working. So it's fine. $460 plus basically $50 shipping. Once again, insane. Over $500 for this box. I don't understand why you would do this to yourself. It just doesn't make sense. $380 here, not bad. $375. Right here, this was one of the big W's that I was talking about. If market's $375, this comes out to $1,500 market right here, right? And I don't even know if they're coming with the acrylics. Are there acrylics on there? It kind of looks like acrylics. If they are, that's even a bigger W. And it sold for $1375, well under market. This is a great buy right here with current market price. So once again, some very, very big W's, but some really big L's. I don't understand. This is why the market sometimes can't find its spot. It can't find where it should be, because there are people that are willing to pay over $500 for a box that's sitting at $375 market right now. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Moving on to Journey Together. So Journey Together is a box that I talk about all the time because it's a box that's been getting trashed by every single content creator out there. It gets trashed in the comments. I mean, there are people who do like this box, right? But for the most part, it seems like most people like to trash this box. And even though it's been getting trashed, it continues to climb. This has been the box climbing with people trash talking it, and it keeps moving. We are now sitting at $364, basically $365 for the enhanced box. Looking at the non-enhanced box, of course, the enhanced box has finally surpassed it for the last few weeks. It's now sitting at $361. Not bad for this box, but it should still be less. It doesn't have the enhanced card in it, the topper, but we don't know what we're gonna get when it comes to reprints, right? That's the gamble you're kind of gonna play, because we don't know what we're gonna get. It's so weird. We've gotten a reprint for Destined Rivals, which came out after Journey Together, but we still haven't gotten a reprint for Journey Together. It's funny, and we also don't know whether we're gonna get the non-enhanced or the enhanced box. And I keep mentioning that because it's really gonna determine which box is gonna be more valuable, right? Whichever one is going to have the reprint, the other is going to be much more scarce, and it's going to increase the value, of course. So I did want to point something else out, right, that I usually don't point, is the Journey Together case. I usually don't point cases here because they're wildly expensive. Some of them are so inflated with a sealed premium. And the reason why I wanted to bring up Journey Together is because with Journey Together's current market price, the Journey Together enhanced case has like no premium right now. It's got like no premium whatsoever. If it does, it's a really small premium. Of course, we're not looking at these boxes here, but the lowest listed, at least, these lowest listed have been sitting here since yesterday. We have cases here that are like right at market when it comes to the 6 boxes together. There is really no sealed premium within these 4 listed right here. And I say 4 because there's 2 here. They've been here since yesterday, and a week ago, these were actually cheaper than what was 6 boxes cost. I think they were at like 1,400 a case, 14 something. Actually, we can just look at the more recent data right here. So last week I was pointing these out: 14.99, 14.95, 14.85, and I was pointing it out in my Discord channel and to people on my channel. Of course, it was too funny, right? A case was actually worth or being sold for less than what 6 individual boxes cost. No sealed premium and below market. Those were steals, in my opinion. But we'll have to see what happens, right? Because if a reprint hits, everything will get cheaper. We don't know yet. Looking on eBay for Journey Together, not so bad for Journey Together right here. $278. Not this one right here. It's above market. I'm just saying overall, when it comes to buys, people are still buying Journey Together. $260 right here, right at market. $260 again, plus shipping for both. It's really, really close to market anyways. $260. This is above market with $12. I mean, it all depends on who's buying it, right? I don't know if these are going out to the UK or not, you know, because I know it's much more scarce there, but people are buying Journey Together. A set that's incredibly underrated, in my opinion, people are buying. Look at this, a case here for $1,700 of Journey Together enhanced booster box. Pretty crazy. $100 above lowest listed that we just saw, which is kind of crazy to me. And this is why I tell you, you guys got to search up all avenues, of course. This person may be someone that's just looking on eBay. He's not exploring all different avenues. I even see Journey Together boxes on Facebook. So you got to look everywhere, guys. $260 here, $260 again, $250 plus $11 delivery, $240 on bids plus $8. $10 on the market, or $15 on the market actually. 255 plus $15 delivery at 270, $5 above market. It's not horrible depending on what the market does with this box in the next coming weeks. Yeah, so this box, it's moving, guys. 260 seems to be the thing that's going on across the board right here, even on bids. I mean, I always stress, if you're gonna bid, man, this should be a deal you get, right? You're gonna, if not, then why would you bid? You might as well just buy market. Don't make no sense. $260 here again, but it looks like 260 even on bids. It's was really like, where's it going? It's really where the price is sitting at, right? This is insane. I don't know what this is. It's because it's from the I don't get this right here. I'm actually, you know what? I think it's time. $400 here again. 400. Yeah, we're leaving eBay. This is where the brain rot comes in. Like, I don't understand. These are huge L's. Huge L's. Insane right there. They're not even like super, like, I don't know. Journey Together is a really new set. All the boxes are really minty. I mean, I don't understand this. This is not justifiable whatsoever. We're going to move on. It's time. Prismatic Evolutions ETB now sitting at $137 market. I mean, once again, it was doubted, but you know, it's proving everybody wrong, right? Reprints were all throughout down here. People were buying. Of course, you see sales are increased here with the blue bars. But Journey Together is doing really well. I mean, sorry, Prismatic Evolutions ETBs are doing really well. At some point, once again, they're not gonna print them forever, right? Booster bundles are probably gonna be the thing they print the most. Collection boxes. Hopefully, we see more SPCs in the long term. But for sure, the ETBs at some point they're gonna stop, right? At some point, they always do. The SPC is still like one of the things that is still moving upward. It is now at $326. Man, this box just keeps moving. Uh, Once again, it's like the 151 UPC, right? It's probably the best product that's going to get released for Prismatic when it comes to bang for your buck with everything that's in it, the promo, the amount of packs, a playmat, right? It's when it comes to what's in the product, I think this is the number one product out there. Of course, the PCTB is going to have exclusivity, pushing the price up. But when it comes to your bang for your buck as a collector, what it has inside, this is the premium product. Looking on eBay, we'll see, of course, everything here. You look at Prismatic, everything comes up. The Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box went for $431 on bids, which is insane. $37 shipping, like that's outrageous. $200 for the ETB and the booster bundle. This is basically at market. The booster bundle is going for like $65. The ETB you guys just saw was $137, right around $200 for both. But you can find deals, and I always talk about finding deals, especially on this package here. For some reason, people are listing this for what a cheaper price would be when it comes to each individual item, right? And that's what I'd go for. Here you have two at 185. If you deduct the booster bundle being at 60, you're getting the ETB for 120, which is on the market. Once again, 375 for a lot of three of these boxes, right around market. Basically, they're 125 each. Market's 137. It's not that way off, but it's not bad. You also have the $25 delivery, which kind of pushes you back up to market price anyways. The Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box at 330 with $18 delivery. Another Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box for 320 with $18. 367 with 7 for another one. PCTV. A lot happening with Prismatic. It's non-stop moving. This one right here, in my opinion, would be a steal. I was already doing the math, right? 137 for each, just about 170. I mean, 275 plus two booster bundles at 65, which is 130. That's $400, about $45 under what market would be. Yeah, you have this $30 delivery, but it's still under market. I mean, not so bad right here, but could have been cheaper on bids. I mean, I don't understand why it keeps getting pushed so much. PC ETB sealed case, $2,800. That's nuts. That's nuts. This right here is nuts at $2,700 with the $32 delivery. Because eventually, like, if you're a long-term investor, right, unless you're going to hope somebody's going to want to buy this box, you're going to have to sell them individually. And when you do, you have to account what you paid for when it comes to the sealed premium. If each box is selling for about $330, that's like half the price of what this is right here. Like, that's insane. You're going to have to account for all that. You're going to have to make that profit in the long term. You're going to have to hope that happens, that these products appreciate that much. So I don't agree with it. That's way too much. $2,000 for a sealed case of regular trainer boxes. I mean, you see these moving often as well. But Prismatic is just moving, right? Prismatic is going to be moving nonstop. This is a nice buy right here. This is what I was talking about when it comes to buying these products, giving you prices under market here. Pretty nice. But yeah, Prismatic Evolutions, once again, just keeps moving. It's going to be a great box long term. Of course, you know, there's a lot of talk of people holding Prismatic and people being concerned that so many more people held Prismatic in comparison to 151. I mean, it all depends, man. This set is also getting ripped a ton, like ripped. If you go look at anybody's Rip and Ship stream, or you just speak to a Rip and Shipper, they'll tell you Prismatic every single week in and out continues to be one of the top sellers. People just want to rip this set. Long term, they're gonna want to rip it. As time goes, there's gonna be less and less Prismatic out there, especially when it's out of print. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna keep wanting to rip this pack, right? I mean, Evolving Skies keeps getting ripped till this day, and yeah, guys, demand is crazy. So keep that in mind. Moving forward, Surging Sparks booster box, right? Surging Sparks, I've been saying it for a while, has been underrated. It's cheaper than Twilight Masquerade. Of course, there's a lot more supply out there right now. We've had more reprints for this, what it seems like, than Twilight Masquerade, but it's only like a few months younger than that set. Sorry. So yeah, this box right now has currently dropped to $272 market. It has been dropping since its all-time high of just about $300. Box keeps dropping. Over a thousand boxes listed on TCG Player, and it's been like that for some time now. And once again, sales diminish. All these stores that are on here, they have to move product. They have to keep churning money. They have to. Buyers don't understand right now the amount of power they have at this current moment that they haven't had all year, right? So got to be aware of what the market is like and what you have as a buyer, what kind of power you have when you're going to go work out deals or anything else. Don't fold, right? They're not folding on you because they had power. They thought they had that confidence for all year, and for some of them, they want to continue on with that confidence, and they don't realize that the market is shifting right now. So, with that being said, the ball's in your court right now, right? As a buyer, right? You can really make a difference right now. $272. This can drop it even further, and it would be great. You want more Surging Sparks? You would hope that this drops even further. So great set though. Second best overall set in Scarlet and Violet era when it comes to the main sets. Great box. Looking at eBay and seeing the change here, you have once again some big L's, $434 plus almost $40 shipping, which is crazy from the UK. But then you have some W's at $255 with $10 delivery, $240 with $10 delivery. And this is what I mean. If you're gonna go bid, this is what you do. Go under market. Under market. This is what you want. $275 on 22 of the bids. I mean, it went over market. Once again, a big fail there. $260 on the market right here. 250 right here on the market. 260, 255. So it looks like, if anything, for Surging Sparks, eBay is the place to buy, right? Everything's looks like it's selling for cheaper for the most part. 260 here with $8 delivery. I mean, this is what you want. You want the better entry point. And this is what I talk about when it comes to long-term investors, is if there's anybody that's upset that something is dropping right now, or if they're upset that you want something to be a little cheaper right now, because it can be, because at this moment in time is the only time that we can make a difference as the market when it comes to buyers to have prices get a little more affordable. If someone is complaining about boxes getting more affordable, they're not long-term investors. It doesn't make any sense, because you want better entry points. What this box does 3 to 5 years from now has nothing to do with this price you buy right now, for the most part, at least, right? Because if it's too expensive, it will affect it long term. It is not healthy for the hobby. It needs to be cheaper so that we can have good growth, right? $255 plus $12 delivery. I mean, these are great buys right here, right at market, right under market. And this is what I was talking about, right? So, got to make the best choices for yourself and for your investment long term. Surging Sparks looks to be in a great place where we can have better entry points and have better gains long term. Next, the Stellar Crown booster box. This box, man, it has climbed for the last week. It has done nothing. A few boxes were bought throughout this past few days. Sorry, the last few weeks they were bought, but then there's been nothing moving on TCG Player for the past few weeks, which I'm not surprised, right? This box, in my opinion, is not a great box, like, at all. I don't believe in this set whatsoever. So I don't believe in this box whatsoever, and it is at $276 market, and no one's buying. This box is not worth it. People don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I mean, sentiments there. This box has been getting trashed by everyone for a good reason. It's got the Squirrel in it. It's got the Bulbasaur. But for aside from that, people don't like anything else in here. So that's just the truth. Moving forward, Twilight Masquerade, in my opinion, the third or fourth best box in the era, has been bullish the whole year. Even now, it's still just rising up. It's at $330 now. People aren't really talking about Twilight Masquerade too often. Sales are down, of course, but the box is much more expensive than what it used to be. But the box, even in the past few days, it has dropped a few dollars, but just one, what is it, $1.30 it's dropped? I mean, that's nothing, right? This box has been incredible. And I haven't seen too much at the market. It looks like in the last few days, more have shown up because this has really sat around $200 to $300, and now we're at $400. But being that we're right here, it looks like this might be a point where sellers think to themselves, I like this price point. I'm going to list a few more, and this could be what you're looking at here. And so, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Do sales continue? I mean, sentiment in the market right now is fear is at an all-time high when it comes to what we've seen all year. So we'll see how this product moves. I always expected Twilight Masquerade to do well, so we'll see how it does. Looking on eBay, the way this box is moving, we're seeing a lot of ETBs. So you're going to see, like, this is the top of the page, and as we scroll, it's just ETB on top of ETB. I actually scrolled down a little bit, but there's a lot of ETBs here. But you see the first box here at 320. This one here is at 225, which is crazy. It makes me feel like it's fake. Another one here at 220. Booster bundles, 175 again. I don't understand what it is, what's going on with these sales right here, because these, like, who would sell it for 175? I don't understand. I don't know if this is real or not. I wonder what people are receiving in the mail. Are they fakes? Who knows? You do have digital images. They're not even like real images. But yeah, you are going to see a lot of ancillary products, a lot of booster bundles being listed, a lot of ETBs being listed. You have one here at 230. Weird again. Same thing, but you see a lot of ETBs. Twilight Masquerade is being bought a lot, at least ETBs that are affordable. You have finally one with an image here at $320, $7 delivery. I mean, just that market basically right there. Yeah, Twilight is a great set. 346 on bids, pretty crazy with almost $30 delivery. That's way above market. I don't understand that right there. Big L again. This market's insane. I don't understand why people are buying for so expensive. Like 352 plus $35 delivery, basically. Wow, what? Once again, well above market. 290 now on bids with free delivery. That's what you want. Amazing buy, big W. Once again, it's just like the spectrum of like how you could rate these buys. It's insane. Like it's either they're really good or really bad, and I don't understand what's going on. Temporal Forces, of course, Temporal Forces has finally flattened out at 265. It was creeping up little by little. I mean, this box is another one that gets a lot of hate, right? But I don't think this box is horrible. It's got a lot of SIRs. It's got a lot of nice art. It's got the dogs in there. Of course, they are Paradox Pokemon, but it's fine. They still look really cool. You got the Ghastly in there, the Gengar's in there. But the box has finally flattened out in the last week. Temper Forces is not a horrible set. Of course, it gets trashed a lot once again, but it's got a lot of IRs and SIRs in there. It's a cool set. Pull rates are not real easy, though. Looking here on eBay, one sold for $300 with $700 delivery. That's insane. Well over market. Not a good buy whatsoever. You see a lot of these half booster boxes that you saw up there. There's a lot of them. $280 right in the US, above market once again. I don't know if we're going to be getting more of these. We should be. It's not going out of print right now, but whether we're getting more booster boxes or not is a whole different question. Of course, Temporal Forces will keep appearing in products, but whether there'll be booster boxes or not is a whole different story. And as we keep looking, we're going to see a lot of these half booster boxes selling for like $100 to $115. I guess those could be cool as well, but will they be a sealed display? I don't think so. I don't really see these displayed sealed. I mean, you could try to hold them long term. I don't know what those are going to do. $250 right here on this one on bids. Great buy right here, free delivery. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we need. Smart buys is what we need. Yeah, a lot of ETBs, a lot of ancillary products. You see a lot of them here. 256 on bids. Once again, $15. Just above market. That's not horrible, though. You know, he didn't get killed right there. What else? $247 plus $6 delivery, under market. That's exactly what we should be looking for. Not so bad, though. But Temper Forces still moving nonstop. ETBs moving all over the place. A lot of different products moving. Temper Forces is still being bought. Paldean Fates has finally had a little bit of a correction right here. It's been really bullish. It's now at 287, coming down from the all-time high of $296. So right now, the box is correcting. It is now just pulling back a little bit. It's now to 287. It may flatten out here. We don't know what's going to happen with this sentiment of fear going around the market. But Paldean Fates is one of those sets that people really love and they want to hold long term. So we'll see where that goes. Paldean Fates regular ETB $270, $12 delivery, kind of close to market, under though, but still close. $280 plus $7 delivery, right there at market. 274 free delivery, not so bad. Uh, four right here, four boxes together sold for $1,025 with $14 delivery. That's really close to market. I mean, it's actually not right at market because market would be $1,100 when it comes to these. Four at least. So I guess $75 under market. Not so bad. Tax must be crazy on a sale like this, anyways, but not so bad. I guess a little bit on the market. 280 with $8 delivery. Not so bad either, right at market. Paldean Fates, it's not going for cheap, right? $280. It's for sure. Unless you get it on bids like this, $255 plus $15 delivery, it's really hard to get a deal with Paldean Fates, especially the ETB that we're seeing no more of. If they do decide to print it, that'll be rare. But as of right now, we're not seeing anything of it, and it's going to be out of print in a few months. So great box, still moving. Let's see next, Paradox Rift. So Paradox Rift finally is going through that retracement, especially after it got bought out a few weeks ago, which was insane. It pushed the box up to $322 to $325, and it's now down to $296. It should still be nowhere close to this. This box is not good, in my opinion. Like, it's got the Roaring Moon, the Altaria, and it's got the Groudon, and that's it. But nobody's valuing any of those cards. They're valuing the Groudon, but that's it. The Roaring Moon and Altaria have made a little bit of a move from like $40 or $37 to like 43 or 44. It's nothing crazy whatsoever. This box should have never been up there. It should never been that expensive. It still shouldn't be as expensive as it is right now. This box should be much lower. It should be like $250 at most, in my opinion. And I think that's where it was before, right? Yeah, 255, 253 before that box got bought out. It's crazy. Paradox Rift is not one that I would want to invest into. Looking on eBay, 275, 240 here with $15 delivery. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be with Paradox Rift. I'd make my buys on eBay and look for sellers that are going to offer a price like this one right here, and either that or go on bids, right, and try to get the lowest I can. $290 right here, free delivery. 260 plus $11 delivery, better than market right now. 290. What else do we have here? 290 again, 265, much better of a price from, in my opinion. 270 plus $7 delivery, 280 once again plus $5. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay that for this box. 250 plus 750, that feels a lot better for Paradox Rift. I mean, it is going out of rotation, but it's still not a great set, right? So I mean, that's that. We have 6 boxes here that went for $1,430. So if you pay $250 for these boxes, which is where I would go, where I would lean to with these boxes, this would still be under market, right? At $250, it'd be $1,500. Even with this delivery fee here, it's still $1,500. This is a great buy here. A nice big lot. Of course, it's not in a case. It's not a sealed case, but it's not bad for 6 boxes. $1,400. It's not bad at all. Next, we're going to be looking at 151 ETBs. So the 151 ETBs have been kind of staggering for the last, what is this now? For the last almost month. Not bad, though. It's at $400. I mean, it's not a bad price point for the ETB right now. It doesn't need to go higher at the moment. It's kind of skyrocketed, and you really don't need this thing to keep going straight up. It just won't make sense at some point. At some point, the box will just completely stop selling when you go too high. When it doesn't make sense to the market, it won't get bought. It won't sell until it gets really old, and you have to wait for all this time for it to appreciate. And it just, at that point, you start to feel like it's almost not making sense because you had to wait for so long. The 151 UPC it has finally slowed down in the last few weeks, but it's, once again, I think it's a premium product. I like this product way better than the ETB. Of course, once again, the PC ETB has exclusivity, so for that alone, it's reached like $900 to $1,000. But when it comes to just a bare 151 product, this right here, of course, is the best one. It's got the beautiful promos, all the packs, the playmat. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that right there. Great product. Of course, once again, you see here the PC to be at $1,000. Insane though. That's like so crazy. $980. It's just, I think it's too much for me. I'd rather have a booster box. I think I'd rather have a Fusion Strike booster box. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about that. I don't know how much more the PCTB can grow. I don't know if long term it's going to be valued the same exact way. So we'll have to see though, right? We never know. It's all speculation. We can all try to predict as much as we want, but we really don't know what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years. 350 here for the regular ETB. That's a great buy. It's under market. These are cases here for the PC ETBs. Two of them. Is it two or just one? It's one for $4,200. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy buy. $390 on the market. 380 right here under market plus $4 delivery. $600 here for the ETB and the two booster bundles, which the booster bundles have reached $100 each. So I guess that's right at market. 430 here above market, 350. So we're seeing a lot of the market just do random things, right? Like I said, some big W's, some big L's, but it's like the market doesn't know where to stand for the most part with a lot of these products. They'll pay way over or way under, it just doesn't know. And then it's the same thing with the listings, right? So the listings have to be that same way for you to be able to buy it. Some people are listing it way above market and some are listing it way below market. So I mean, I don't know where we're gonna sit at. We have to find a common ground somewhere. Got to make better buys, that's for sure. Now moving on to the Obsidian Flames booster box. It is sitting at $334 market. This box, unlike the other boxes, unlike Destined Rivals, retracing a little bit and pulling back, this box continues to climb. A box that we know is not a great set. It's a really small set, but it's got the Charizard in it, and Charizard has been flying really because of Phantasmal Flames. But it does have one of the most popular Pokemon right on the front of it. So we'll see where this box goes, right? We'll see how far it really gets before it gets out of rotation. I mean, it probably will keep growing the older it gets, just like every other booster box. But I'm surprised it's not flattening out as of right now. So it's moving. It's moving. I did want to point out the Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box keeps climbing, right? I did point this out a few weeks ago. It was at like 140 something when I pointed it out. It is now at 156 market, which is insane. I didn't know this box was going to move that much, but once again, the promo in this box, just like the PCTB, and that's where the PCTB is so expensive. The promo, this is like the best ETB promo in the whole Scarlet and Violet era. It's such a great promo. So people love it. It's being really valued right now. And for that reason alone, this box is pushing up. Looking on eBay, the Obsidian Flames booster box sold right here, right around market, $339. You have an accepted best offer here alone. I'm sorry I can't get you the price right now. I told you guys a 130 point is not functioning properly, but it says $300 with your best accepted offer. You would hope this person got a decent deal, just for the sentiment, right? The feeling of the buyer, right? Buyer to buyer. 160 for the regular ETB plus shipping, above market right there. But that box keeps climbing. I guess people are taking advantage of whenever they can with that box. You have a whole case here of Build and Battle Obsidian Flames boxes sold for $400. What is that? So that's 10 Build and Battles, 4 packs. That's 40 packs for $400, $10 a pack. I don't even know what the pack per price is right now, but I don't know how horrible that is. It is a sealed box, a sealed display, which once again displays really nice. It has nice images on the side, just like the booster bundle. I mean, the booster box. So this actually might be really nice in an acrylic. So it depends on whether somebody's going to pay for this to be a display piece or not. But we'll have to see what happens. 335 on bids, right at market. 531 for two of them. Under market though, at least 531 for Obsidian Flames. That's well in the market actually. That's what, 265 a box? Yeah, that's a steal. Big W. I mean, wow, that's a good one. 575 for PCETB, 575 twice from the same seller with the same image. I'm hoping these are two different ones though. Which it is actually. You can see the difference in the plastic on the edge right here. So it's two different PCTBs, each sold at $575. Insane. These boxes keep climbing. Once again, the promos are the best promos in the Scarlet and Violet era. Beautiful promos. Another set of two for $550, still below market. Not bad for Obsidian Flames booster boxes. So, I mean, people are getting good deals, man. Good deals on eBay. There's a lot of things that people are going to want to move now, being that market right now is kind of scared. Like people are scared, and that includes sellers, because sellers are the ones that are technically holding the bag right now, right? If they have the product and they're worried about not being able to sell it or the value of them lowering, they're going to start listing boxes, right? Paldea evolved, of course, the more expensive Scarlet and Violet Era booster box has now retraced a little bit. It pulled back a little from 476 down to 466 right now. We keep seeing more and more boxes listed as we reach these high price points. We have now 135 boxes listed. Keep in mind, Temporal Forces, I believe, had like 70 boxes listed. So more and more, like, people are holding boxes, but we get to certain price points, people say, okay, I'm good with that price, they're going to list it. They want to realize gains now. So 466, I mean, this box is it's a great box. It's probably going to be really good long term. So I'm surprised people are selling, but once again, those aren't long term investors. They're just flippers, resellers, or stores, right? So eBay, a buy right here at $420 below market, not so bad right now. I mean, everything's still really expensive right now, but in comparison to market, these aren't bad buys. $415 on bids with $9 delivery. Below market right there. Below market again at $405 plus $25 delivery. Not too low below market, but still below. I mean, as long as you're not surpassing that 476 price point, I guess you're feeling good either way, right? 475 here, just a digital image. You can't even see the box here. But then again, you see people here, they find one above market at $490 and they buy it. So yeah, 450, $16 delivery, 406 here with $9, $10 delivery. I mean, once again, this box keeps selling, no matter how expensive it is, right? People keep questioning Destined Rivals being that expensive. Like, they keep saying, who's going to buy it at $400? I mean, the same people that are buying Paldea Evolved for 450 will buy Destined Rivals at $400. The only thing that I find to be a legitimate argument is Destined Rivals is too expensive for how early it is, and that's fine, you know? I mean, we don't all have to agree, but the box could be a little more affordable since it's only been out for a few months, right? Paldea Evolved is just about to go out of rotation next year, and it kind of, you know, it's justified for it to be at this price point, especially with the hype, right? So next, Scarlet and Violet base booster box. Scarlet Violet base has somewhat stagnated for the past few weeks, sitting at like 247, 246. It's been right around that point. But once again, this is not a bad box, man. I mean, I know there's a lot out there. 364 listed on TCG Player. But once again, one of the best base booster boxes ever made. I don't think this is bad for the collection. I don't think it's bad long term either. I think this is a nice pickup even at 240. I mean, it was an even better pickup at $200, right? At 190 when nobody was buying it. Even then, people were trying to like stay away from this box. But it's been a good pickup for a little while now. Next, Crown Zenith has not moved, right? I've spoken about Crown Zenith. I keep thinking that it's going to take off, and it has now pulled back to 220, $220 for a Crown Zenith ETB. I mean, the hard thing about Crown Zenith is that price memory is real, right? Price memory is real. People talk about seeing this box for $40 just last year. I mean, and that's why just that alone, right? Price memory, not just talking about Crown Zenith, talking about every single Pokemon product, right? Price memory is a thing. So when people see prices climb up too fast, sales diminish, right? They don't want to buy. They don't find a way to justify these boxes reaching these price points. Now, Crown Zenith does keep selling, and more keeps getting listed. There are 70 now, but as we go and reach higher price points, more will keep getting listed because there has been so much out there. But it's still a great ETB. It gets ripped like crazy. Like, you'll see Rip and Shippers. Rip and Shippers hold a lot of the Lucario promos that come in this ETB because they've gone through so many of these ETBs for their Rip and Ships. It's a great set. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that. Silver Tempest, right? Silver Tempest is one of those interesting boxes that got bought out, right? Not bought out to the point where you saw such an insane market price shift, right? But it did increase from like 460 to 481. And so you see right here, it says 462 to 560. Every box below $550 got bought. Every single box, right? Letting this box sit at $481 market, but every box listed was above $550, which diminished sales for a little while, right? And these sales there's not too much. Ever since then, you see we have under what? Under 20 sales since that happened on September 21st. So ever since a month ago, we've only had 20 sales on Silver Tempest booster boxes. And of course, I mentioned a few times, that price was too high for what market was at. It didn't get an opportunity to organically grow to above $550. And for that reason alone, people were not buying. Sales diminished. I mean, You have some sales here that are under 550 now, but these sellers were forced. I kept saying it. Sellers are going to be forced to list lower prices because the price point is too high for a box that hasn't had the chance to grow, right? It hasn't had the chance to even show in this TCG player graph that can easily be manipulated. It didn't even have a chance to get to $550, but lowest listed was like 565, which was insane. So that's causing people to undercut each other. They're starting to get lower listings like 480. So we'll see what happens, man. Right now we're hitting a point where things are slowing down a little bit, so we'll have to see what happens. There's a sale here. It says $650. I don't know if this is real. This has to be fake, right? $660 would be insane for this box. So we'll see. eBay also doesn't remove the sale there, but we have one here at 270. Once again, no feedback whatsoever, so we will ignore that. That really wouldn't count. $500 here for this one though, above market, but not so much above it either. $455 with $12 shipping, below market. That's a great buy right there. I mean, that's what we got to look for, right? $430 once again below market for on bids as well. This is what you want to do when you come here and you auction for a box. $19 delivery, still below market. 420 here with $10 delivery. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's very possible that the people listing these boxes had them already up there for a much higher price and realized they had to drop the price to make the sale. We have here $435 on bids, once again below market with $20 delivery, $450 basically. $550, not one that I would recommend. Above market, it is a nice looking box though, but still it's a little pricey. $530 with the acrylic. It says case included, so that's pretty close to market. So it looks like the box is well taken care of though, so that kind of merits that, right? $916 on bids, below market, not so bad. Doesn't have are these acrylics? Or are these the plastics? No, these are the plastics, but still look like nice boxes. Under market at $916 straight from Probestein, so it's a place you can trust. 4 boxes right here at $1,975 on bids from Probestein again. What is that? 480? 480? Wow. That's pretty close to market, actually. It's not too crazy. It's pretty close to market. So that's not really a steal, but it is what it is. That's not bad either. Silver Tempest is not going to get cheaper in reality. Um, but it just was unjustified when it comes to those prices that were there before. $990, not bad, pretty close to market on bids again from Probestein. So that happens a lot too, though, right? When we see a place that's trusted, you kind of see sales going up for a little higher. $450 plus $12 delivery, kind of close to market, not so bad. Silver Temp is still moving though, right? We see that here, still moving, but much more affordable prices because those other prices that were on TCG Player, they just weren't, you couldn't merit that. It just didn't make any sense. Now, another box that got bought out a few weeks ago. You see right here, it'll say 22 items sold from $785 to $898. I did point this out. Every box below $900 was bought. And you guys can see market price there was $804. So a box sitting at $804 with the lowest listed at $900, that was not going to sell. Of course, from that point on, you see how that's just like a turning point, right? Everything before that, you saw a lot more sales, and to the right of that, sales diminished. Box was selling, the listed prices were just way too expensive, and now it's causing people to undercut each other once again. Sales diminish, people want to sell, and if we go on to page 2 here, you'll see $700 listings, 771, 769, 756. Of course, these have delivery, but that's fine. Still in the 700s, right, where we probably thought we weren't going to see this box listed again, but I did point it out as well. These boxes had to get cheaper so that they can move them, because there's no way you're going to list a box at 900 and something dollars, but market is 804 and you haven't given the box the time for it to grow to 900. It's just not going to work, right? So move it on to eBay. You're going to see even some better buys here. $650. It does have a little bit of a bend right here, which is the reason why I think it went under $700. But $650 is a great buy when it comes to this box right here. What else? 776, once again in the 700s on bids, but this delivery fee is insane. 78, basically $78. That's too crazy. That's one that I would have just stayed away from right there. It is a beautiful looking box, so it looks really minty, but still, you could get it for much cheaper than that. $835 from Probestein on bids as well. You could have got that for cheaper, in my opinion. $670 on bids. This is what I'm talking about. You can find the really good ones. Big W right here at $670, well below market. What else do we have here? We have a lot of ETBs moving as well. And underrated ETBs, $140. You see that? 150. Lost Origin is going to keep rising in value. $720 on bids. Very nice buy right here. $800 with the acrylic case. So you basically pay $770, still below market. That's a nice buy right there. So yeah, guys, you just have to make the right buys. But you're seeing how the market's moving now, right? You have boxes that are correcting, boxes that need to correct, boxes that need the proper listings because they were just too expensive once they got bought out. It was just unjustified. It didn't make sense. Pokemon Go, it has made it to the list again because it has continued even after last week. Has continued to somewhat rise in price a little bit. People are starting to buy this box, and it's finally creeping up to $100. Most recently sold, you see here, $105. Boxes moving. The last two were $105. The ones before that, a lot of $100 sales here. You have some 90s as well, but 99, 99, 99, a few at 100 right here. The box is moving. This box is finally getting old, and the Mewtwo has been rising in the set, the alt art, and people are, I guess, believing in the box a little more now that the single has been rising. The PC ETB has also been moving. It is now sitting at $158 market, and you see this nice uptrend in the last 3 months. I mean, it definitely got a decent amount bought right here for this ETB, 12 of them. Most recently sold was 177. 198 before that, 155, 150, 150, 178, and 180. Yeah, this box is moving. Once again, it's a PCTB. The singles are rising inside of it, but in particular, just the Mewtwo, really, for the most part. But yeah, it's moving. People are starting to believe in that box. Astro Radiance has had nothing happening for the past few weeks. There were some buys here that went all the way up to $450, and everything else after that has really kind of slowed down. You had a one sale right here at $405. Oh no, sorry, $450, and nothing else has happened after that. So we'll have to see where Astro Radiance goes. It looks like the confidence in this box has somewhat diminished in recent times. There was a point where people were buying a lot of Astro Radiance not too long ago, like 4 months ago, I would say. You see right here in April, there were a lot of buys leading up to that Mayhem event for TCG player. But after that, buys for Astro Radiance really slowed down. Brilliant Stars, another box. A lot of the product was bought at this point right here, all the way up to $585. You guys see it right there. And after that, once again, the tipping point, sales started to diminish. Some sales still happen, but you see a lot of that is just ones, some threes on some group of 3 days here, and not too much though. Box has retraced a little bit from its high of 548 down to 536. Not too crazy, but you see most recently sold at 488. Once again, being forced to undercut each other and being forced to lower that market price because the box was way too expensive. It didn't have time to grow to that $600 price point. $488, basically $490 across the board here on this first page. So yeah, Brilliant Stars will continue to drop a little bit. If people keep buying those cheaper prices, it'll drop even further. And once again, if the market takes a relaxing time, if it slows down a little bit, this box will continue to drop. The listings will lower, of course. $510 here with the acrylic, $480 basically. What was market exactly? It was close to that, wasn't it? 536. That's well below market actually. I don't know why I thought it was 480 because the lowest listed confused me. 510 with the acrylic. You basically paid $480 for this, well below market. That's a nice buy right there. What else? I saw a few others here. Not too many though. $494 on bids, but a $56 shipping fee from the UK. $500 here plus $7 shipping, below market. Yeah, this box right here, I don't understand why people keep buying from the UK. It doesn't make any sense to me because you're going to pay this huge delivery fee that ranges somewhere from $40 to like $80 every single time. And then you have basically a $600 box or $550 box or item being shipped across seas, and you got to worry about how they're going to care for it. Like, I don't think people are considering every aspect of buying from another country. Like, it has to get flown here. I don't know if if it comes across waters. It's probably getting flown here, but still, you got to worry about them caring for the box, right? 540 right here, right at market. 575 above market. but I don't know, 534 plus $40 delivery once again from the UK. Too much for me. Too expensive for my taste when it comes to this box right here coming from the UK. Market is showing you that the box is going to be getting cheaper, and people are still buying above market and shipping from across a whole nother land. Like, come on. Fusion Strike booster box is sitting strong at $1,000. It hasn't had much movement whatsoever in the past week, but some buys did happen just about a week ago, 6 days ago. But aside from that, all the other days aren't moving. But the box is moving at $1,000, and this is what it's going to be, right? This is not low sales for Fusion Strike. It is at $1,000. There is a smaller pool of people that are going to be able to afford this box, which means that sales will be slower. Like it's gonna diminish in somewhat when it comes to the numbers of amount of sales, but you're also profiting how much this box has increased tenfold as opposed to what it was last year. So once again, the pool of people that are going to be able to afford this box is going to shrink, right? So you can't be surprised at how the box is selling. You can't expect it to sell so much because every single sale is a $1,000 sale, and that is a nice sale every single time you make it. Looking on eBay, still continues at $1,000. Hopefully, with the acrylic, makes it an even better sale. Nice box there as well. We have another one here at $1,100 with the best accepted offer with $27 delivery from Australia. The box continues to sell. Fusion Strike as a set overall, whether it's an ancillary product or not, it just continues to move. Now you have, what is this? What is that? ETB? But it shows the picture of a booster box. That's a little weird. Won't trust that. $900 on bids. That's a great steal. Big W. One of the big W's of the week. $900 on bids, and this is what you should be aiming for: below market, not at market or above. $979 with the acrylic, hopefully a really nice buy at $980. Once again, Fusion Strike. Even though some of the market you see has fear, some of the market has the utmost confidence buying Fusion Strike at $1,000. So that box has not retraced as of yet. Well, we're still seeing it climb up at $1,100 right here with the acrylic case. Really nice buy there as well. It's just a nice box. Fusion Strike is going to do well long term. I mean, even though this box at one point was hated or was disliked for some reason, this box continues to grow. Confidence in this box continues, right? Moving on, we are at the Celebrations ETB, sitting at $242. And what's funny is that I was talking about Celebrations last week, and I was saying how it should continue to move. We're getting closer and closer to the anniversary next year. As every day goes by, we're getting closer and closer. And I kept talking about every time you see this box retrace, a lot of times it's another entry point for another person. And here you see, what is it? 27 of these boxes were bought, right? So this box may start turning upward once again, unless it really continues to dip down, but I don't think so. The way that the chart is looking, it's just another step up. We'll have to see what happens. It is Celebrations. We're getting closer and closer to the anniversary. You see the same thing happening with the PC ETB. It has held strong at like $390 for the last, what, almost 2 months, month and a half. Really cool box. This is one of the cooler PC ETBs. This design is so nice. And once again, the closer and closer we get to the anniversary, the more expensive this box is going to get. Now, on eBay, you do find some steals, some big W's, $212 here, $225, $240, really close to market, $242, $230, $220 under market with $10 delivery, still under $365 for the PC ETB, under market as well, $223 on bids on the market, $230. Yeah, you guys find some really nice W's on eBay. It just depends on the product. It depends on how hard people are going when it comes to these bids. I mean, you can find something nice here, right? Moving on, Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies, of course, as always, got to get mentioned, if not the best set ever created, sitting at $2,600 market. I'm not even going to worry about those $7 difference. That's a $2,600 box. I mean, and it keeps moving, right? We keep talking about confidence. We keep talking about fear, and Evolving Skies keeps selling at $2,600, which is insane. Just such a great set. People keep having confidence in Pokemon, no matter how people want to make you scared with all these videos out there. $1,925. I left it here on purpose, right? This guy, whoever got this box, is happy. $925 on bids with the acrylic case for Evolving Skies. That's an insane buy. That's $700 on the market. That is crazy. That is crazy. Whoever the seller is probably isn't so happy. He had a better chance setting it to a consignment service as opposed to sending it himself, because it clearly didn't work out so well for him. But still, depending on when he bought this box, he still made tremendous gains, right? $2,100 here from Canada with $42 delivery. Once again, under market, hopefully with the acrylic case. Another one right here, $2,250 with the best accepted offer within the U.S. from, what is it, $13? What is that on there? A sticker on there? The price? That sucks. Uh, I feel like that's going to diminish it when it comes to a display piece. So that's why I say that. But another one here at $1,575. Something looks off about this box. It looks like it was destroyed, and that's why it's that inexpensive. But then again, why would you buy it? I mean, if you're a long-term investor, you got to worry about moving this box in the long term with that damage. I don't like that right there. I would shy away from that if I could. $22 for the acrylic here. I thought it was a box. What do we got? I mean, you guys see it, $2,300. Even though there are a lot of big sales here, a lot of W's here for buyers when it comes to buying Evolving Skies on the market, but Evolving Skies still keeps moving. It's still people being confident enough to spend $2,000 on a Pokemon product, right? So moving on, Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign was another box, climbed up really quickly and seemed a little too expensive for the market's taste. Sales diminished really quickly once it got to this price point right here. And so it seems like people have been somewhat undercutting each other. You see different sales here at 523, 525, 515. You see one here at 560, but a lot of these other sales are lower than market price right here. People just starting to like decide or realize that the market has kind of calmed down with these insane buys on boxes that haven't had the opportunity to hit what was being listed before. So that box probably is going to have a little bit of correction, but it's fine. It's still a great box, right? You see here, $537 with $97 delivery from Australia. How do you, what are you putting this in a metal case? That delivery fee is insane. I mean, you also got to be aware of what you're buying. You're bidding on this. I mean, don't ignore the delivery fee. That's kind of crazy. Uh, that's $100 delivery fee. That's insane. I mean, that must have the ultimate protection, the best protection I've ever seen for a booster box. You have another one here at 560, right around market. I mean, the box is not a bad box. It's not a bad set. It's a great set. 550 right here. But I feel like we're going to start seeing people on TCG Player undercut each other. You already saw some listings that were, of course, some sales at 525, as you see one right here, just as I'm talking about it, with $17 delivery, 525 to 530. It may dip down. It may continue depending on how the market depends on what they do with it. Do they continue to absorb Chilling Reign at $550 or not? $500 here on eBay with $7 delivery. Yeah, you'll see some of these. They're going to start popping up because sales start to diminish, right? People want to keep trending money, as I keep mentioning. It's going to force them to do this right here. Moving on, Battle Styles has continued to just stay around that $288 price point. Not much to be said about Battle Styles. It reached this spot and it hasn't really moved. Of course, once it got here again, sales diminished. Price points are not moving. We'll have to see what happens. Most recently sold at $258. Are people going to start undercutting each other again for this box as well? We'll have to see what happens, right? You see one there at 258, 279, 274, 282. Is that $258 listing the beginning of it? We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see. Next, Vivid Voltage, last box of the video, sitting at $251. Saw a little bit of a retracement from $256, just $5. Box is still moving at this price right here. I guess people are still happy with buying this box. Not a problem. I believe it's exactly where it should be. It has no alt art in it. It just has the big chunky rainbow Pikachu. And so for that reason, I believe it is where it should be. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys found value here. Just as I said, we saw a lot of things, right? You saw corrections, you saw boxes stagnating, and you still saw boxes rising, right? You saw different items rising, even though there's fear in the Pokemon hobby. You see boxes still being bought at $1,000. You see Evolving Skies still selling at over $2,000. I mean, the market's kind of split right now. We're at a point right now where the market doesn't really know where to stand. You got people scared, you got people confident. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, guys, once again, I hope you guys found value here. As always, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.